How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I'm your host, FaZe Crypto, and today I want to have a discussion with you about DigiByte. Now, I know that I've been away for a little while, but I'm actually going to be getting back to recording daily videos, so it has been a pretty busy month for me, but I'm excited to be getting back into it, so let's jump right in. We've got DigiByte, and this is an interesting viewer-recommended September 26th article, so it's by Steven here. And so are they reinventing the wheel in the decentralized blockchain space? This is interesting. I'm going to read part of it. If you guys are interested, definitely go check it out yourself. So it says, quote, DigiByte is hailed to be good for many things by the community. They are serving a lot of cases. They are indeed more than a speculative currency used by many to get rich. The cryptocurrency and the developers are active. The DigiByte network is bubbling with activity. However, what are they actually acting upon? What are they bringing to the table? Everything they create cannot be unique. May be it is better than what is already there. May not be reinventing the wheel, but advanced features to the wheel. They are promoting their fast transactions. However, what are these fast transactions used for? Someone who is inventing so interesting bit of information here. This tweet right here, this quote. So there have been over 500K visits to the DigiByte Reddit page in the last week. So what are they, talking about to attract so much to DigiByte? And I've been predicting this sort of resurgence of attraction. I think DigiByte really does serve to be one of the most attractive cryptocurrencies as far as just when we want to talk about just the basic fundamentals. Talking about fundamentals here, of course, the innovation side of it, the fact that, DigiByte, is the longest and most decentralized UTXO blockchain in existence. But all this different stuff aside, I think that it is important to talk about, the ugly elephant in the room, which would, of course, be a lot of the different current situations that we're seeing developing in terms of just the rat race that's certainly happening, on a much larger scale, as we really have been seeing much of the cryptocurrency space really turned upside down in an interesting way, especially while we've been watching as essentially this, I think the writing is on the wall, so to speak, and the fact of the matter is that these different companies are going to be seeing it in their bottom line. It's going to start, and that's honestly the beginning of it, the beginning and end, I would say, of the previous paradigm. And speaking upon the relevance that DigiByte has in the space, that does definitely bring me to my other article right here. Monero was noting a bullish divergence on the charts with XMR trading beneath an important level of resistance at press time. However, showed of course the markets and the price of DigiByte, the bulls and bears seem to have been in an equilibrium, and of course we're looking at some interesting developments happening in that sort of in that vein, with Bitcoin currently clocking in at $10,726. These are definitely interesting points that are noteworthy and interesting to pay attention to, in particular while we've been seeing a lot of the different variables in the space, really building on top of that, a lot of things that were relevant to us, just even last year, and of course watching how a lot of these different things, of course with Tesla and of course Facebook and many of these other large tech giants, of course, sort of, I would say this it's like a piranhas circling, and of course, what we're watching now happening, in terms of that sort of race to the top to see which crypto will be, the arbiter of the new paradigm. And I think many of us are on the edge of our seats who've been watching many of these different developments, and I would say it will be interesting to see. And I think the potential for the $1 DigiByte, I'm still standing by that prediction. I think that it is an interesting one. It will be interesting to see how many of these different variables continue to develop, and compile on top of one another, especially while we're witnessing many of these different paradigm shifting events currently occurring, in different realms, even outside of cryptocurrency, and of course extending out to a large plethora of related parallel organizations. And of course, it will be interesting to see the various different organizations that manage to, this is not, including but not limited to businesses. This is, an all-encapsulating aspect of what we could, essentially expect to be seeing happening across the board, from just the remote learning, in schools now and all these different things, digital currency, and of course, this sort of revolution of, the new perception of time usage and attention and all these other things are going hand in hand, with essentially what we're witnessing happening as far in terms as the far-reaching paradigm shift as we see sort of natural resources, fossil fuels, and these sort of old guard post-World War II paradigm, denominations of wealth and power, sort of lending themselves over to the future, which inevitably, inexorably will find itself back exactly where Bitcoin and DigiByte found, and have already established their homes, and all roads lead back to that road. All roads basically lead to the power of computing power, for nations and all these other things. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. And of course the world powers now basically struggling in order to get that aspect of things, in the ones that reject it and the ones that essentially fail to see the writing on the wall and eventually will cripple themselves. You look at places in the world like Singapore, parts of developing countries, at that, and a lot of the different aspects of how they've been able to very much leverage the lack of red tape. And and it definitely will be interesting to see just how many of these different components, a lot of these different moving parts are going to be, bringing themselves to fruition. So yeah, definitely make sure, I'm happy to be making this content for the DigiByte community. I'm happy to be making this content for all of you out there, who are watching, everybody who tunes in. Very excited just the fact that we've been able to build this awesome community, very active on DigiByte Twitter, DigiByte Reddit, and just in general, it is a great community of people who've been sharing this information. I think that I covered a lot of the information that I was hoping to. Obviously, I'm running out of time now, but overall, I'm very excited to be seeing a lot of these different aspects, and the different dynamics of the space that are currently and presently developing, in a larger sense. We will be seeing the truth coming to light, and I'm very excited about that. I hope many of you out there, share in my excitement. But of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. Make sure that you guys, remember, this is just family friendly, my opinion, sort of content. So always interested in hearing what your opinions are. And I will be paying close attention to the comment section and replying to people's comments who have important critiques. I'm always open to criticisms and what have you, any sort of information that you find important. And feel free to direct the rest of us to it. I think that that's important. It'll be interesting to see just how a lot of these different, opinions of the cryptocurrency space have been evolving since when I was uploading in early September. And all that being said, I hope that you guys are having a great day out there. It is interesting just to see. I know it's been a very stressful year. I have been very busy, but I'm planning on just continuing with my work here on the channel and producing this content and bringing great information as always. And I think that this has been a pretty exciting video. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to be happening with cryptocurrency in the near future. So all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Oh, and of course, yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with post notifications turned on. And feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or any social media platform that you see as relevant. And yeah, looking forward to reading your comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.